Hey, it's Zdroik. Talking lineups on Thursday in the Premier League. We just got a first round. First four lineups came out. I'll be just running through those. Going to be talking a little bit of DraftKings, talking a little bit of betting, a little bit of everything here. We have, about 20 minutes from now, Tottenham and Manchester United lineups come out. Any questions, feel free to drop those in. But as I just run through the lineups, I don't have a ton of time for those, but maybe at the end of it here. So first lineup here, I'm just let me just scroll up. Actually, it will be nice to the team that releases their lineups first. So we got Everton and returning to the team. So Decore is back from his 3-game suspension. If you remember his scuffle with Harry Kane a couple weeks ago, Decore is back from a 3-game suspension. Calvert-Lewin is starting twice in 1 week here, but also Onana is back in the starting 11. He's been out, I believe, the last 2 matches with the groin injury. So definitely helpful here for Everton to have. This is their preferred squad. This is the squad Deitch had some success with a little bit once he joined up with Everton. Last few games, maybe Everton weren't actually great, but the last few games, Everton have been pretty bad, just allowing a lot of chances. Haven't really been working for him in the midfield with James Garner in there. So Decore and Onana back in there. Looks like they're back to a 4-5-1 as well. So we'll have McNeil on the left wing. I will be on the right wing. And then we got DCL, Calvert-Lewin up top. Bournemouth does not have a listed by number here. So I'll try to decipher it here, but I believe it is a 3-4-2-1, which is I believe it's what they used last match. So we're going to have Matthias Viña has come in for Adam Smith. He started a couple matches ago, went 45 minutes, picked up a little knock, and then didn't start last game. And Matthias Viña plays on the left wing. So I believe we're going to get Tavernier on the right wing, and that means Ryan Christie and Billing playing as attacking midfielders. So we'll have Rothwell and Lerma as central midfielders, and then Kelly, Chris Mepham playing as central defenders with who am I forgetting here? With Senesi. Senesi's back in the starting 11 here. And then, of course, Solanke is up front. So this is the formation they've been using. Someone was just injured. One of their center backs was just injured. But this is pretty much what they've been using. I don't see – I thought Dango Utara was going to get a start, but didn't happen here, maybe over the weekend. So Viña is the main change, really, for this back line here, because he comes in for Adam Smith, but I don't think there's going to be a full 90 for him. I believe he actually scored a couple games ago. Yeah, okay. Southampton, Kaleta Carr comes in because of injury, and even though Shea Adams is on the bench, not ready to start. So, I mean, this graphic kind of points to something weird, but I believe it's a 4-4-2, what they did last game. You could say it's maybe a 4-2-3-1, depending how you look at it. Again, I feel like I talked about this last match for Southampton. I'm not sure how much it matters here. 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1. We're going to get El Yunusi on a wing. Walcott and Alcaraz have been playing more forward. Adam Armstrong played, I think he was technically a left-sided midfielder in Southampton's last match. Again, I'm not sure how much it matters. Armstrong always in play to be subbed off. El Yunusi always in play to be subbed off. Alcaraz had an awesome opening opening half against, I think it must have been the Arsenal match. And then he was subbed off at 45 as a tactical move. Kind of a weird decision there in terms of Southampton. But so you have these guys, Lavia and Ward-Prowse are going 90. But we'll see what happens with the wingers, with the front four. Alcaraz seems like maybe he's going to be the first one off if you're taking him off tactically against Arsenal after, I think, he had a goal and assist in the first 45 there. Armstrong hasn't really seen a ton of time this season. Walcott has been in favor of Ruben Selles, and he may be most likely of these guys to go 90. We got some changes in Newcastle. So Fabian Schär had a hamstring issue last match, but apparently is ready to go. I guess the big news is that Matt Targett is getting his first start in who knows how long, first league start in who knows how long. So he's there on the left side. And in the midfield, I believe there are no changes. I will say Bruno Guimaraes has been playing through this bum ankle that he's already said he's getting ankle surgery after the season. Only went 70 minutes in the beat down at Tottenham over the weekend. So he's not 100%, but he's playing through it. So he'll be in play for the full 90, but he is playing through, a bum ankle. So just something to keep in mind. And then we have changes up front here. So Callum Wilson starts for Isak. As we've seen previously, those guys will play at the same time. So it's not guaranteed that we'll have, Wilson off for Isak at some point in the second half, but it seems like the likely move there. Miguel Almiron gets the start. He's back in. He's been back for a couple matches, but this is his first start here in a bit of time. So they'll have Jacob Murphy coming off the bench. You got to assume that he's going to come on because he's been playing really well. You got to assume Isak's coming on because he's playing well. And you got to assume Anthony Gordon comes on against his former team. So just a couple things there that does make it a little interesting for Joelinton because usually he's in play for the full 90. Eddie Howe usually likes keeping him on because he can play a little bit of every position. So I wonder if you get those three attacking players on and then Joelinton moves to the midfield in the second half. Just something to keep an eye on there. So that's what we got. We got about 10 minutes to go for the next set of lineups. So let's look at our cheat sheet here. Again, as I refresh the page, I think the odds actually, let me double check here. Newcastle were minus 140. Now they're minus 130. So it looks like there's some Everton money coming in. Not sure if that means anything. But okay, so what are we going to make of this slate here? Everton home, Southampton home. These games are under the lights. Southampton. Before I get into it, rotowire.com/soccer trial. You get a free 48-hour trial. You can get these cheat sheets for all of our content. And again, you can just go to the top of the RotoWire soccer Twitter account. I put out a thread of all the content that we offer in these cheat sheets. And that's just a little bit of what we offer. As you can see, we can click in all of these player profiles and find whatever you want about these players. That's all. You get the free 48-hour trial. And then the Discord, rotowire.com/chat to get into our Discord. And we've been talking. It's been a busy week. I'm a bit tired here. It's been a busy week. We had the 3 games Tuesday, 4 yesterday. Now we got 3 today. And then we start all over Saturday with more Premier League matches. So just a busy time in general. But in terms of these matchups, so we got Southampton sitting bottom of the table, basically need points. Wonder how they're actually going to attack this game. Bournemouth are 15th. They're at 33 points. So Bournemouth, after a couple wins here, they're higher up on the table. Everton are just above Southampton. And then Newcastle are still fighting. They have a pretty good chance here at a top 4 spot. So I mentioned the Everton change in formation, change in starting 11. How is that going to factor in against Newcastle, who are starting Target in there, who's starting Callum Wilson, Miguel Almiron's back? How is that going to factor in here? Everton need points. I think it does help Everton that they're back to the preferred formation of the 3-4-5-1. Going in, if you just look at the form of these teams, and I mean, it was kind of the same thing yesterday with Manchester City and Arsenal. It's like, well, if you look at the form of these teams, it's kind of hard to take Arsenal in that matchup. And now if you're looking at the form of Everton and Newcastle, it's kind of hard to take Everton in this matchup. I guess you can say that the introduction of Decore and Onana back in there will help, but man, then again, I mean, anything can happen. We did see Newcastle, their last away match, they were controlled by Aston Villa, but again, Everton are not Aston Villa. Going in, before looking at the lineups, I was thinking kind of like a 2-1 Newcastle result. I wouldn't be surprised if Everton got a point out of this, but it seems really unlikely for them to get a point out of it. But Sean Dyche has done crazier things here, and we'll see what he has in store. for this Newcastle team who has been really good this season. Southampton, Bournemouth, that's another story here, but Southampton need points. Are they going to come out swinging? Are they going to come out getting corners? I looked at a couple corner ideas for this. You do get some value taking Bournemouth on corners. So that's if you want to take that route. I do think Southampton, they could come out playing scared, but they are 4 points down at the bottom of the table. And this is a spot where they can get points. I mean, there's really nothing to lose. Actually, look at, did I miss something here? Is Alex McCarthy actually back in net here? Bazunu's been benched. Let me double check that. Yeah, okay. Bazunu is on the bench, so it's not even an injury. Alex McCarthy is back in the starting 11 for Southampton, so that's interesting. So McCarthy's back, but again, goalkeeper. We'll see what exactly that means. So Southampton, the last time they played at home, they kind of put it on. They kind of put it on Crystal Palace. Maybe should have got an early goal against Crystal Palace, and then it didn't work for them. They kind of fell off a little bit there and lost that one in the second half. I wonder if they take that same approach here, try to get that early goal against Bournemouth. Wouldn't be surprised. Bournemouth just coming off a bad result against West Ham. They've been better lately, but we'll see how that goes. I do think this is a JWP game. I know we've been talking about them so much in terms of DFS, but this is a top matchup. This is one of the best matchups of the season for Southampton. I mean, we can look at prior home games for Southampton. It was that Crystal Palace match where, Southampton maybe the better team in the first half and then kind of fell apart a little bit. But Crystal Palace, arguably a better team than Bournemouth. Home match against Man City, home match against Tottenham, home match against Brentford, home match against Leicester. Okay, we're kind of getting there in terms of matchups. JWP had a 10-point floor in that one, had 3 shots, 2 on target, a couple chances created. Going back further, we got the Wolverhampton game, 4 chances created, 7 crosses in that one. Aston Villa, home against Nottingham Forest is the one that kind of stood out to me where JWP had 14 crosses, 15-point floor at DraftKings. So he's 7,700. Maybe he seems a little high because he hasn't really done anything, but I do think they're going to come out and go for it. In the away match at Bournemouth, he had a 10-point floor in that one. But I mean, I don't think you can't come into this match playing scared. That's kind of what I'm thinking here for something. I think they're going to score in the first half. I'm not sure they're going to win. I think Bournemouth have the players, Solanke, Tavernier, Otara, all these guys. I think they can get an equalizer, but I think Southampton are going to try and get that early goal here. Let me read some comments before we get started with the next set of lineups. Can Tottenham bounce back after an absolute ass whooping? Asked Jamie. I don't know. We'll see what this lineup looks like. I think there's a decent chance we get a 4-2-3-1, and that will be because I believe that's what Ryan Mason prefers. I look back 2 years ago when Ryan Mason took over for Mourinho. He did prefer the 4-2-3-1. Do they have the bodies to do that? That is the main question. So we're going to see what it looks like. They did roll out the 4-3-3 against Newcastle? Did not work. So there you go. Does Trippier still take both sided corners with targeting? That's a very good question. I cannot remember because it's been so long since Target has come in. So let's take a look at it. Target does have 13 corners this season. So that is definitely worrying here for Target's floor. So that's a good point by Ozzy asking this. So we got 3 matches earlier this season. Let's actually jump in to make sure that Trippier was playing in these games. I believe he was. So, yeah, we got Trippier pretty much in all these games. So that's a good point by Ozzy. We're going to get a split of set pieces here with Target and Trippier, though we still should get plenty of free kicks from Trippier. Yeah, okay, let's compare here. We got 5 minutes till the next set of lineups. So, okay, so we have Bournemouth, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest. Okay. So Bournemouth, did I read that right? 8 crosses, Trippier, 8 set pieces, Trippier, 3 to target, 13. Holy cow, they had 19 set pieces in this game. So yeah, it still seems like Trippier is going to get I guess in that Liverpool game, actually Target had also took a free kick as well. So yeah, there will be a split of set pieces, but Trippier. Let's assume that there's going to be a split of set pieces. So that's definitely a wrinkle there for Trippier. If you're playing showdowns, maybe that takes away from actually using Trippier as a captain. Maybe actually just go down to target as a captain. So that is interesting. Target just has not started in league play in forever. September was his last league start, but let me actually look really quickly here when he actually started in a cup match. And it's actually been a while there too. So I started November 9th in a cup match. So that's still going back a pretty long time. So Dan Burn getting a rest there at left back. So that is interesting here. Okay, the odds are definitely moving, as you can see here. So it's 58% chance for Newcastle to win when I started the show. It's now 54%. The clean sheet odds probably changed too. I actually think these other odds have changed as well. I think Manchester United, no, Tottenham are the ones getting money. Okay. I believe Southampton are getting money as well because when we started, I believe Southampton were 38% chance to win. Now they're 40% chance to win. So it looks like people are putting a ton of money on while watching the show live because I said that Southampton were going to get an early goal. So uh, that's why. But I think Manchester United were about 36% chance to win, maybe something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I'm just going off of memory. I believe these were actually both a light colored red right here. So okay, so it seems like, well, I guess that would mean Manchester United is getting money, or maybe these flopped. I don't know. Yeah, talking too long about this, but it does seem like Southampton are getting money for unclear reasons. But I guess it's a home game. I guess they need points. I guess it's kind of what it's at. Let me look at the table really quickly here. Pull this up. Yes, we do have tables for all of our leagues. You can sort by last six. You can sort by the season. It's a clickable table as well, so you can get ranks of how a team performs away from home, at home, overall kind of a thing, how many goals are scored and such. So as you can see, we got Southampton 4 points back of Everton right now. If they cannot get 3 points right here, where are they getting 3 points the rest of the way? So I think they're just going to go for it. Maybe that's going to lead to more of an up and down match, or it's the typical, you got two bad teams here. Maybe it's 1-1. Maybe there's not a ton that goes on. Maybe Southampton is like, okay, let's not allow a goal. And and we're just gonna try and get a goal in the final 45, something like that. I don't think that's gonna happen, but it's always in play. I'm just kind of basing off of what they did against Crystal Palace. So maybe they play differently and play a little more defensive. We'll see. As you can see in the applied total, that's the lowest of these three matches, 2.67. This Newcastle one's 2.76, and then Manchester United, Tottenham, 3.19. We're going to get these lineups here. We'll find out if Bruno Fernandes is starting in about 30 seconds here. So let me take a break, and yeah, here we go. All right. All right, let's look at the lineups here. All right. All right, they're 10 seconds late. They're coming. They're coming, don't worry. Oh yeah, we have Twitter lists for every league we cover on RotoWire Soccer. So if you go to the RotoWire Soccer Twitter lists, we have basically every league, all the main European leagues, Champions League. We got MLS, Liga MX stuff. So if you're interested in using these to find lineups, to find press conferences and whatnot, we have them. So here we go. I did read rumors about this. Bruno Fernandes is starting. So there you go. That's what we got here. Now we got to decipher this lineup because they list it by alphabetical formation. So, okay. Okay, yeah, there's Luke Shaw. Okay, so we got Luke Shaw and Lindelof playing center back. Harry Maguire. Okay, Harry Maguire is either hurt or he's just banished from the team here. He was suspended for the FA Cup semifinal, but now he's not even in the team. So that's interesting. But we got Luke Shaw playing center back next to Lindelof. We got Delo playing at left back. We got Wan-Bissaka at right back. We have Christian Eriksen, Casemiro, defensive midfielders. We have Bruno Fernandes as an attacking midfielder. We have, okay, Martial is out. So we're going to have Rashford playing as a forward. He's going to play in that number 10 role. He's going to play as the forward. We got Sancho on the left wing. We got Antony on the right wing. So Martial's coming off the bench, and I guess that is the main thing. We'll see how healthy Fernandes is. He was in a boot. He was subbed off early in the FA Cup semifinal. We'll see how healthy he is. But you got to think that Sabitzer is going to come on for him at some point. Or, I mean, I was seeing a tweet about how Fernandes hasn't missed a league match in ages since he had COVID 2 years ago or whatever that was, 3 years ago. So maybe he's there for a full 90. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Maybe that tweet out was like trying to throw us off the scent kind of a thing. But then we got to assume Martial's coming on at some point, maybe Weghorst as well. So that'll probably be on for Antony. That'll probably be on for Sancho. Rashford, they're running him into the ground. He played 120 on Sunday just off an injury. So what are you going to do? But they're keeping him in. Okay, now the big lineup everyone's been wondering about. Okay, we have no surprises here. We're going to Romero. Romero was booed off. Oh, wait, no, sorry. That was David Sanchez. Okay, so we got the 3-4-2-1 here. Or I guess you can say a 3-4-3 because Kane is actually listed between Son and Richarlison here. But I guess the main change is that Richarlison is in for Kulusevski. But otherwise, no real changes here. Ben Davies still not ready to start, I guess. Got Porro on the wing, Perisic on the wing. So we're going to have Son not taking set pieces again. Granted, we could maybe Ryan Mason wants Son taking set pieces. So this isn't a given. We don't know what's going to happen. But based off prior matchups, Perisic been taking a lot of set pieces. Porro's been on some. And Son's been kind of left out of that. But we got Richarlison in. Again, I'm not sure how much of a difference it is if you want to call it 3-4-3, 3-4-2-1. But really no changes here. Longlet is healthy enough. Romero, Dyer, all those guys are healthy enough. So, okay. That's what we got here. And in terms of this matchup, what are we going to get? So the odds have stayed the same. We got Manchester United as a away favorite. How is Tottenham going to look in this spot? That's your main question here. And I don't know. I don't know how they're going to look, if I'm being honest. They looked really bad last game, and now they're home. They apologize to their fans. Ryan Mason, maybe the players like Ryan Mason a little more, and they probably do like him more than Stellini. So we could even ignore like some of these results. We can ignore the Bournemouth loss. They beat Brighton kind of luckily 2-1 there. I mean, maybe we can go back to how they were playing previously. Like they have the 2-0 wins against Chelsea and West Ham. They the scoreless draw against AC Milan. I'm just trying to show their defense. I know that was not a good match, but 3-1 Nottingham Forest. Manchester United not as good away from home this season. And I mean, we can look at that right now away from home. Let me pull up the table here. 6 losses for Manchester United away from home. They got the negative 10 goal differential because they had that massive loss at Liverpool. But again, throw that away. It's still -3. So Manchester United, you got a hampered Bruno Fernandes. They have struggled throughout the season away from home. Let's look at their recent away matches. Okay, they won at Nottingham Forest. They had the loss at Sevilla without Bruno Fernandes. Loss at Newcastle. They had the Liverpool loss. So, I mean, they just haven't looked that good. So, I think a lot of people are going to be heavy on Manchester United because of what we just saw from Tottenham. But I think it's going to be low scoring because it's not going to be easy for Tottenham to score, I don't think. But I will give the nod here to Tottenham. I think they're more likely to get the win, even though what their entire situation here. But they're playing at home. You got the new manager bump. I always like going there. And Manchester United just haven't really shown it away from home. And then you combine that with the 120 minutes they went against Brighton on Sunday. We saw Brighton in the second half yesterday against Nottingham Forest. It just doesn't look very good. So I wonder if you'd go something with maybe Tottenham second half corners kind of a thing to kind of capitalize on some tired legs for Manchester United, because Eric Ten Hag just does not like substituting his players. So there you go. That's all I got for this one. Find us in the Discord, rotowire.com/chat. You got to be a subscriber, though, rotowire.com/soccer trial to get in that 48-hour trial. I got to go set some DFS lineups. I know I didn't talk too much DFS, but just kind of talk these matches in general. So hopefully that helps. Good luck with your bets. Good luck with your lineups. And we'll see everyone. We got Kits and Wagers betting show later tonight, later Thursday, where we're going to discuss a few matches in the Premier League this weekend. Other than that, thanks for watching this, and enjoy these Premier League matches.